Love that. Oh, yeah. Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're taking a look at Waackxxy versus The Crown. This is the semifinal from Red Bull's Dance Your Style 2023. So this is a Patreon request. I originally was not going to react to this, but shout out to Jacob for the Patreon request. Your investment is very much appreciated and very helpful for me, and I'm very happy to take a look at this for not only you, but for so many others who have been requesting this. So I have already reacted to the finals with Waackxxy versus Geo. We know that Waackxxy wins. We also know that she just came off of Street Woman Fighter Season 2, so she's definitely more on the, you know, she's just exhausted, honestly, would be my thought. So just to see her come up from her placement with Street Woman Fighter straight into this is just phenomenal, and I cannot wait to react to this and analyze it alongside you guys. Let's check it out. Ooh. Come on, Crown, let's go. Nice. Where's she going? Where'd she go? Oh. Beautiful thread. Love that. Oh, yeah, to that. Why does it feel like the second round is significantly shorter than the first round? I wonder if that's just the format, possibly. Gosh, okay, come on, son. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Oh, shoot. Oh man. Oh, is it only 2 rounds?
Frankfurt, Germany, please give it up for these 2 incredible dancers. Come on.
Is that it?
Come on.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's it. We still have a video left.
Oh my God, geht's dir gut, Schwester? Alles okay? Sie so.
Yeah, yo, me too
Alles
though.
gut? Ja? Bist versorgt? Okay, just making sure. Enjoy your night, yo. We are getting down to the voting. It's on you, Frankfurt. Who's ruling the dance floor? Who's moving to the next round? We are turning down the light.
Oh, so they are voting.
Go down. The votes go up in 3. Wow.
Sheesh.
Okay, we need to take a moment here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
take a moment. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the tail end of that, right? No.
Okay,
Let me just keep it playing.
Take this side.
Woo, it's getting spicy. Do they have to do
Come
another
on,
round?
Every wrist counts.
Every wrist counts. It's true.
I'm seeing a lot of
all my people up there in the back corner, I need to see you.
So it
What's
was a
up?
tie. Some people keep switching, or they keep putting on
This
both.
is really close.
Yeah, that looks really
This is
close.
so tough. One more round.
One more round.
One more round.
Yeah.
One more round.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey! It's a tie!
Really? Can you tie it? Y'all let me know if it has to be a certain point discrepancy, like a certain point range that you have to hit. Oh, come on. You got love me a good tie. Come on, let's go. It's gonna be about your stamina here too, yeah. There you go. Come on. Oh, I love, yeah.
You and me are thrifty, so all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about sweet and sour and how your family's doing okay. And leaving
Yeah.
backseat for the driver, make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Up on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead.
Yeah. Still going, still going, still going. Wow, and then we know that,
Das ist extra besorgt, yo. Egal, jetzt hast du 2, bro. Nice. All right.
Take a moment.
so we
Let's
see,
read the-
yeah, a ton of red. Wow.
Way out there, but I need to really see you.
I love that. That is wild. Okay, so we know that Waackxxy won. I know that, obviously, because I saw her in the finals. Can I just say this? Bless Crown, because was it last year? He lost to the winner. And here he technically lost to the winner, right? So eventually he will be the winner. I just feel it. I'm projecting it. Crown, you got this. I know one day you will be crowned the winner. I feel it. I feel it right here. Okay, right here. I really love how she chose, you know, she's paying ode to Level Up by Ciara. How she matches it up. Now we're going to talk through this. So Waackxxy, I would say, do I agree that she should have moved on from semis to finals? Yeah, I mean, I honestly, either of them, it's really a toss-up. Whenever you get to top 16 or top 8 or whatever, it's really a genuine toss-up. And sometimes battles that happen prior to finals are sometimes your most captivating ones. And you do experience this when you go to events, sometimes a semis, because remember, like I've already mentioned, you're dealing with the best of the best. So sometimes the best exchanges, eventually someone good's gonna have to get eliminated, right? So even sometimes prelims is pretty brutal, you know? It just kind of depends on the caliber of the event that you're competing at. So here, I know that everything that was live streamed, everybody is of amazing quality. So really just kind of take your pick on which battle you would deem personally as one that would stick out to you. And a lot of people, honestly, there have been more people who have been talking about this particular battle compared to the finals, you know, because the Crown, he is astronomically entertaining, very captivating. He does remind me of a dancer that is on Street Dance China right now, named Tahiti. But Tahiti has a way more rock bounce groove about him. It's kind of like if the Crown and Disaraki, like if they had a hybrid, it would be Tahiti, is really like how it reads to me. Completely side note here. But if you just kind of take a look at Waackxxy, that right there, like just clean technique. When it comes to complexity between the two, the Crown does a fabulous job creating great concepts, but Waackxxy is really great at complexly, polyrhythmically enhancing her genre to whatever style track there is. And that's what's really worked in her favor in these battles. Truly. I love how she goes. She makes it really super small and then she drops it back, elevates it, has one arm as a point, more like a fixed point. The other one is rapid fire, double time. Then she overdoes it. Then she ends up doing ticking, like a ticking wave to kind of bring it down to hit the multiple facets of the backbeat. So she has, with her overhead that she's doing here, she's hitting the tone or the rhythmic pattern of the vocals, but then she's hitting the bass, bass, bass. So it's so polyrhythmic, as well as creating a more abstract position and arch. I mean, this is mad difficult. It really is, you know? And also, I can't sit here and assume like there's certain aspects that she's done here that she may have already done fingerprint wise in previous battles. I know I see a couple of these things that we notice fingerprint wise in her finals, but because of the tone of the track and how she musicality based her exchanges and how she shifted it, I totally think it was a pass. How she marches is really nice. How she uses her feet to kind of hike up the arm, really great. Builds up the energy and level. I love that. She goes level, and she dips. Boom! Just the energy, how she sequences this is wonderful. Then she turns. It feels like she was revved up in her energy. The energy is just way more seamless with her rotations of her legs. That right there. There's a nice little moment right there. I love that too. Whenever she's just hitting around, placing on the face, tapping it around. She does like to use this a lot. And then as she hits, it kind of replaces her head to a different angle, which is nice. We do see her do that a couple of times here and then in another round. But I like that. Boom, boom, da-na-na, boom, boom, boom. So she signifies the bass whenever she hits the head, but then she frames the face whenever she's hitting the vocals. So she's just very thoughtful and very thorough through the track that she's pursuing. Yep, that right there. Boom, 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 boom. That reminds me of Ciara. Man, oh man. And then you see her hit that more polyrhythmic broken down wave. I would say that's my one note with Waackxxy that I've seen her. Now remember, we know she is probably very fatigued, very tired because of the quick turnaround time that she had coming from Street Woman Fighter to here. But in the terms of battles, that cannot be a reason why you vote or not vote for somebody. If you look at it objectively just from what she did in the battle, I do notice that she is repeating a broken down wave polyrhythmically with other facets. Now, does it show her vocabulary and her usage of polyrhythms? Absolutely. But should she figure out different ways outside of creating a broken down wave and then integrating a whacker, fixed point, or whatever? Yes, I'm always going to suggest that, especially if you're doing it within the same battle or in the same circuit of battles. You know, it's fine if you see it on one circuit over here and then you see it again on this circuit. It's different ballgame. But if you have the same audience or you have the same judges, you know, which I've already said my piece about who's judging, it's your audience, and audience got to be courteous and actually watch in order to honestly get a say, because you're really looking at, I mean, you have kids in the audience, you have people who could just be friends of people who are there, you have dancers, of course, so you're going to have some objectivity, but then subjectivity as well. Some people may vote for the opponent they lost to. Some people may vote the fact that she's a woman. Some people may vote the fact that she's Korean. Some people may vote the Crown because he's American. You know, there's so many different facets that people can vote for. The Crown, he is very popular in the Red Bull scene, obviously because of his rounds from last year in the finals, right? So you just gotta remember, like, as there's so much subjectivity that's happening with this, so don't take, you know, as incredible as it is for people to move on or to people to be in this, it doesn't depict somebody's value as an artist in these circuits. It's not. You know, I think it's great for exposure. I do think there's some major pros and major cons to events like this, but that's a different video entirely, and that's not the point of this. But my point, though, is that I know I was hearing that some people were not saying the kindest things about any of the battlers throughout, especially to Waackxxy, because she won, right? So naturally she's going to have more exposure because she was in the finals and she's been in the most videos, if you think of it that way. Some people are like, is speaking very ill of her, but a lot of it may stem from ignorance, a lot of it may stem from envy, and a lot of it may stem from complete, just out of pocket perspectives. And so I just want everybody to know, especially if you're coming here, because I know some people have come on here and you've wanted to see my videos and see my content because I try to stay objective. You know, I really do appreciate dance and art, and I understand the facets of competition, but at the end of the day, these are people, and these are people who are doing extraordinary things with their bodies. So I'm really thankful that I'm in a position where I can graciously and objectively be able to look at these and say, this was cool, this was ideal, this was something that they could have refined or whatever. But also at the end of the day, these people are incredible, and it's such an honor to be able to just take a look at this, you know, and just admire and be inspired by what we're watching, you know. So as what we saw here, she ended up isolating it down, trickling it down, really creating a very intricate, intimate pocket here. And how she takes it, boom, 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 it travels down to her legs. Then she causes that reverb to travel up to enhance an overhead. So we've seen her do this particular overhead already. So she only did it a double and she did it in the phrase, so it wasn't its own moment. This was so cool how she just slowed it down. And then she hops out and then she hinges it a little bit more. I love that there. So she expands out. So she's really doing a great job understanding her music. Waving through, great articulation and great utilization of her hands through her wave. My big note, though, is, of course, you want to make sure that it's very clear and you have somewhere it needs to go. That right there, 5, 4, she drops, 2, 1, let's go. I love that she dropped and she just went for it. I love that. She pops off. I love that level up. That whole little sequence right there was so pretty. And she got so yummy, fun. Okay, so when you saw what she did, definitely very complex in her sequences. Regardless of the fingerprint overlays or just what you've seen before, it's still difficult to do. And she is varying it up, creating variations within those things we've been exposed to already. Hence, you know, why I feel like a lot of people may have voted for her too, because she has she brings polyrhythmic complexity to these tracks, and she's doing whacking to tracks that you normally wouldn't whack to, and it works. And that's what's really nice. So now we have the crown here. So fun, interesting fact is that I actually met him before he even pursued the Red Bull circuit. It was in 2022, and he competed with Jay Noy, and I know Jay Noy, and he was in the Red Bull circuit too, because he competed with his crewmates Killa's, and they were called Killa's Project, and they competed USA HHI, and so I met them there, and then I saw them at Worlds, and then Jay Noy competed with Crown at HHI Worlds, and they won, and that was really cool to see. So I met him through my acquaintanceship with Jay Noy. So all that to say, I've seen him live. I've also seen him pre-Red Bull, and he's always been a vibe. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching his entire journey, and it's been so fun and inspiring to be able to see it firsthand, but also in this way too. So it's a kind of interesting full circle for me. This is really cool. So as he finishes up, he's setting it up. So here's the thing. Characterization, phenomenal. Performance, there. Content, maybe a tad bit too simplistic for the round that he's trying to do. He sets it up, which is nice. But he ends up doing a triple on the groove. But then he ends up, so he's building it, which is really nice, but it can disconnect people the longer you hold out before you pop off. Sometimes. It just kind of depends. You have to be strategic about it, especially if you have to know your opponent. Something that he does that I really like is he takes nuances or things that are iconic about their opponent, and he does it himself. It's really fun, and I love it. He's pursuing a very different, more of a feminine posture, which I really love that he's exploring that here. But notice a lot of the grooves that he's doing he's hitting them in triples, so he's filling out the holes in the and counts and relying too much, personally. I think he's relying too much on the personality or performance presence over the content that he's trying to justify, because he's qualified or he's considered hip-hop. I don't know if I think he's a huge enmeshment of multiple street styles put together to make up his own flavor. He's really the epitome of it's his style that he does, This was really cool. Just kind of the step sequence was really nice. Bless us through. But a lot of the things that he's doing, he does hit it 3 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then he moves on. I think I've seen it about 3 different times now. He hits it around Wu-Tang. He drops down a little bit lower. Love it with the fingers. This is super fun. Right there, we've seen him do this kind of swipe before, but I really like the add-on and a build that he did for the ticking wave, that reminiscent of Waackxxy, which is really fun. And then he goes back to the Wu-Tang. So he's if you would do battle lingo, he's kind of reusing stuff, but also I would say Waackxxy's like showing symptoms of reusing, but not actually reusing the exact move, which he just did about 10-15 seconds prior. He did that exact thing, and then he traveled, and then he did the same thing to her. It's ballsy, it's risky. And here's the thing, he's the semifinals. You know what I mean? So there's something to be said about simplicity and just straight up execution and captivation of your audience. That speaks major volumes in an event like this. You know what I mean? It's not 100% objective, and so you have to placate not only to your competency to the objective people, but also to the masses of the subjective people. It's a very interesting dynamic that this whole circuit is, and it's for people, it's definitely a niche for people. And for me, I don't really battle that much anymore, because I really like to pursue freestyle and ciphering and exploration of movement without the confines of judgment, because I am judged in other aspects of my life. I'm even judged here, right, with my analysis, right? Some people will watch this and judge me for how I articulate my perspective, and that's what I signed up for, because I'm in this position, right? And also in choreography, and as a choreographer, all of those things I am subject to being criticized or judged for, because those are the scopes of my job. Here in freestyle, I personally would rather be behind the scenes or helping run the events, or being able to cipher and exchange, But I really love watching and spectating in that way because I feel like I learn so much more without that pressure of feeling like I have to meet a certain standard for people within a toolkit of battling. But I really like the fact that people are very, very good at it because it makes me grow in different ways just from watching and gleaning and learning alongside you guys, you know? So I really love that. So Yummy, definitely niching to Ciara, right? Yeah, and he dips through, he hits over. That was really fun as he dipped through, engaging with the audience, finishing it up. 2, and then he comes back up. Yeah, I kind of feel like when it comes to between him and Waackxxy, the Crown definitely had a more simplistic setup with what he did. But what he brought to the table for this round, I think really helped make up for lost traction. With Waackxxy, she kind of, she did end up reusing a couple of pockets here. That was really nice here. Wave it up, down. I really love just her legato reverb there. It was super nice. Yep, so she is choosing to go and use one arm being controlled by the other arm. She does that a lot, but that was a little different than what she had done previously, which was good. Yeah, that was really fun. Da, 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 da. So she's having more of like a lanky kind of drunkenness kind of posture, and it's really fun here. It matches well. The swing through the guitar. I love that. That's really fun. That was nice as she dips through. Very nice thread all the way across. Very nice and seamless. She comes around, swings. Then she pulls an anchor and pulls herself to the side, does a body roll. Then she does a body roll all the way down. That was like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, that was sick on her floor work right there. That was probably my favorite sequence that she has done. That is disgustingly good. Like, look at this. It just built so well. Ready? Da-da-da. Body roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and she broke it down on that beat so hard. Yeah, I'd stand up on that. That was so, that was so good. Overhead. So now we're back to over to the side, and then she's choosing to extend it out. I love that wave through with the taps. Super fun. And now we're over to him, but he just pops off. Look at this. And he drinks too, just like she did. Look at him. His posture as he rolls through his heels. That little do-do-do-do. Just how he isolates and he creates, just his posture is filthy to this, obviously, because it matches the exact genre of the track that he's hitting. Yeah. Ugh. Now, mind you, I'm still learning vocab and actual terminology and around the scope of Afro or Bacardi or Amapiano or any of those subgenres of African cultural viral dance. So do forgive me. I'm not really going to be able to touch on a super ton. I've seen a lot of it, I will say, and I love his syncopation in this. He makes it look seamless, and that's exactly what you want. I love that. He matches her energy, drops to the floor, does a body roll to travel it over. This right here. And how he chooses to hit that. Normally you have people standing up to do that with that hip ISO. It was like hip with the heels, right? More like, I think more Bacardi, right? And he decides to just do it on the floor. And then he vibrates out of it. Come on, dude. And this reverse worm, the amount of airtime he's getting on this, it's kind of like that just felt like he was in reverse. Like, that was freaking captivating AF. Let's go, Guada Guada. Love that. I love it. Holds it down. His traveling, he builds it up. The energy, he rides the energy of the crowd, and the crowd loves it and eats it up. And then he continues to give out. He continues to receive. That's so good. He's channeling to the crowd. He hugs her, and then he does a little body roll. That was fun. Yeah, so honestly, I would say if he didn't pull what he pulled, I think Waackxxy would have taken it prior to this, but it makes sense why they went one more round, because that was really captivating. So they said, they're like, it's one more round, here we go. shape of you. So she pops off right here. So what she needed to do, she needs to bring something different in posture. Love the usage of the stage. So I will say for this part, she kind of rode it. It did feel slightly off in her timing, like she had to catch the beat versus vibing with it, and it just naturally happened. Here's the thing, it happens, you know, but she is, I can tell she has this extra surge of adrenaline, which I absolutely love. You just see like her energy is so much more, and she's going for it, which I love. I love this here. She goes over in the tap tap over. Now we've seen her kind of hit with the palm of her hand, but it's nice to see the actual fist. So she's changing her hand placement and how she's choosing to hit it on the music, which is really nice. That was cute. Then a man on the jukebox, really fun. Great stability there. Love that, where she's hitting a very nice, like just a different walk, a different groove, and then she's choosing to isolate in a different way besides just central. She's channeling it over to the shoulders, which is great. I love that. Body like me, transfers it over. Doesn't really go through the chest there though. More of an observation, not something wrong. I love that double swipe, super fun. That right there, she does end up just dirty wine. I love that. Da 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 da. So she's so clear on what she wants to hit, and I love that. She goes around, and she goes, breaks it off. I love his energy matching her there. Love that too. Magnet. Whew, clean. I love that too. Just a really quick turnaround between the hips and the body, and then twisting it back around. It's so fast. It's the stamina of it just shows the discipline of her training. You know, just the fact that she's able to whip this out. Whew, bless America. It's wonderful. Very nice over through. That was super fun. You see she's just going for it. She drops to the floor, and then she's just vibing it out near that tail end, giving the audience what they want sometimes, you know? She digs it through, and she goes boom, brings it around, smooths it out. I love her texture shifts. I love her pocket shifts. They're just so captivating and quite beautiful and quite wonderful. And it's always such a joy to be able to watch her and be able to see her. Honestly, there's just so much growth from her, just from being around so many other women in various styles, but also just being around her crewmates. Like, you can really see the influence there, you know? And now it's the Crown's turn. I love how he sets it up the same way. Yeah, so he's kind of vibing it out with the waves. That was super fun. So I would say they kind of executed their versage on the ground pretty much very similarly to each other, which was nice. And he's just great at matching energy, and he does it in such a playful way. Yeah, so I love that wrap around with the body and brought it around through. Yeah, so he chooses to isolate. He really channels, he hits most of the extra version of his movements in his upper body, and then he channels his hips to hit more of the isolations or the more intricate backbeats that he wants to pursue. Now, because we've already seen him hit more of an Afro pocket or Bacardi pocket, with just that vibe, that dirty wine, you know, I know that's more in the dance hall realm, so forgive me if I'm over cross referencing on a lot of this. But remember, he's an enmeshment of multiple styles that he's representing. Even though it says hip hop, he's doing so many different waving and popping and tutting and variants and a little bit of hip hop here that it's, you know, it kind of just depends on the song for him. And that's a whole vibe, honestly. But notice that we've already kind of seen this pocket already from him from the previous round that he really captivated everybody on. So that could register potentially, even though I know it's different, could potentially register to people because he's taking it and then he's building on it as he's kind of repeating energy, and you have to showcase something different. That's why you have another round, right? I love that hit around too. That was really nice, super fun. But because he's pursuing a similar pocket that we've already seen him do, and he's not representing Afro, he's representing hip hop, that could operate as a deficit from him. You know, because he's riding rhythms all the way through in the chorus. But that's gorgeous right there. Just the intimacy of the way that he chose to do. It was so fun. The captivation, that was gorgeous. Super fun. That was cool. Bringing it around, and then he used his hand to demonstrate one of the tonal colors that you hear on that back. It's super fun. And then he chooses to really pursue another posture, which I really like. This was cool right here. And he brought it back. 3, 4, yeah. And then he just the speed changes were really fun, captivating, and he built that up beautifully. That was awesome. Yeah. That was super fun. Okay. So, I mean, my personal, like, I love the energy that they have. That's so fun, guys. The energy of that was wonderful. Okay, so we know that Waackxxy won this. Personally, honestly, if the Crown won, that would have been justifiable. Waackxxy won, justifiable. Honestly, I think a lot of it can stem from preference based on who's voting. I think some people who really empathize more with whacking make tailor more towards that. Those who really appreciate Afro and seeing it seen on the main stage, people tend to tailor to that too. But you can't ignore the subjectiveness that an audience will have, especially if they're in a position where they're voting, but they don't have the toolkit or the scope to properly adjudicate these routines. And you can't blame them either. Like, it takes, I mean, if you're going to be an adjudicator for a convention or for competition, it does require some level of training, either life experience, empathy within what kind of craft you're adjudicating, or just a sense of objective guidelines that help you figure out if somebody's meeting the criteria of what you're evaluating. So I would say with Red Bull, because I don't know enough and I've never really been to an event, so I can't really say any firsthand experience on the Red Bull side. I mean, I know that people vote based on who they think was best, right? And so people just hold up their colored band, and I know there's a lot of dancers in the space, but I'm not going to assume that everybody in there's a dancer. I feel like there's like friends and family, people, maybe, I don't know. But all I know though, for an event like this, I thought either could take it, which probably makes sense why so many of you wanted me to look at it, because it was such a great exchange to begin with. This could have counted as a finals and it would have been a vibe, you know? If the Crown took a more complex approach in his first round, he could have probably have taken this, you know? But I think that it's just a mix of preference on how people look at each round. And at the end of the day, dance is beautiful, and it's a wonderful craft that we all get to express and explore. And it's always such a joy that I'm able to be in a position like this where I can take a look at this and kind of be able to sift through some of what they're doing, you know, to where I can articulate it in a way that hopefully may help somebody else who may have a vibe as to how they feel about something, but not be able to articulate it or be able to express it verbally, you know. So I like being able to help in that way, but also sometimes my preference or my perspective is not ideal for people, and that's absolutely okay too, you know. And that's the beauty of life, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I was helpful in some way. I love watching dancers exchange. I love being in a position where I can help others, especially those who aren't really dancers, but they really love watching dance. I love being able to kind of be a bridge of some kind to kind of help bring about some form of understanding as to why things may have been the way that they are, you know. But also at the end of the day, I am not Red Bull. I do not represent Red Bull. I'm just somebody who loves dance, who has adjudication history, who's a professional dancer, and I choreograph. So I definitely have some form of empathetic experience with this, but not really up to the scale, and I think that's okay. You know, I feel like everybody can contribute some form of perspective, and it's always really fun to get into discussions like this. So thank you guys again for watching. If you want to see more dance content, I'm actively reacting to so many different things. There's K-pop dance battles like this. You have street dance China, street woman fighter, street man fighter, any of those things. I have them on YouTube as well as on Patreon if you want to check that out. I'm Jess, and I will catch you later. Bye.